I'm Marin, and this is Post-its and Pens. Hello, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Marin, and here you will find a little beauty, a little books, and a little teaching content. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around and join me in my little corner of YouTube. I also have an Instagram. You can find it at Post-its and Pens, and I would love for you to join me over there as well if that's more your speed. In today's video, I am going to be taking you through my project pan progress. I did start a project pan in January. I started with 4 items. I used up 3 of the 4 of those by the end of March. So April was the first month of my new items, and then I had that one item that had rolled over. So because I haven't filmed a project pan video yet, I'm going to go ahead and take you through the items that I have already completed, and I will take you through the ones that I am now working on. I am kind of doing a quarterly project pan. I only have 4 items going at a time. That's just personally what works the best for me. I don't have any interest in doing a full face project pan. I just want to focus on a few things to get them used up and out of my collection. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I have already used up and what I'm working on. So let's go ahead and get into it. As I mentioned, I did start my project pan in January. I'm going to go ahead and put my very first picture here for you so you can see the items that I was focusing on. So in that picture, you can see that I was working on 2 shades in the Modern Renaissance palette. I was working on the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter, and I also had a body spray from Victoria's Secret. Now, my goal this year is to finish up 4 products quarterly, or as close to quarterly as possible. So from January to the end of March, I was working on those 4 items that were just in that picture. I'm going to go ahead and show you a close-up of how I did. I was able to finish the 2 eyeshadow shades. So the shades were Tempera and Bon Fresco, both of which I completed and used up completely. I also was able to finish up the body spray from Victoria's Secret. If I can find a picture of what that looked like full, I'll put it here. But it was actually half full when I started using it in January, and it took me pretty much the entire 3 months to finish up completely. So the last item was this highlighter. I will show you where it's at in just a moment, but it was pretty much full when the year started. Once we hit April 1st, I decided to go ahead and roll in 3 new items and continue using the highlighter. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the highlighter first, since it is the lone carryover from January. This is where I currently am. And I do think that I will be able to have it completely finished by the end of June. That is the goal, because I just really would like to see it go, for one thing, and also I'm using it pretty much every day, so I feel like that's probably a good amount of use. 6 months should definitely be able to get that gone. The other shade that I am working on from this palette is this shade right here. This is Vermeer. I use it mostly as an inner corner highlight, and I might also use it on my brow bone. It's going pretty well. I'm probably going to have to repress it soon, but I wanted to go ahead and do this update before I did that. It's very, I guess, powdery, so it kind of kicks up a little bit, and it's been pretty easy to get through. Once I finished using Tempera from Modern Renaissance, I decided to move on to another bone-colored shade. I like to use shades like that to set my eye primer, so I dug out this Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. This is a palette that I'm really looking to declutter by the end of the year. It's not really anything special. I'll go ahead and show you the whole palette. I think they redid this with some new packaging, but this is the original packaging. So the shade that I am working on right now is Heaven. It is that bone colored shade down at the bottom, as I mentioned. It's probably going to need to be repressed as well, but I wanted to go ahead and film this and show its progress before I did that. And to replace the Victoria's Secret body spray, I picked out a body spray that I had left over from Bath & Body Works. That body spray is this Paris in Bloom spray. So when I started using this at the beginning of April, it was about up here at the top of the design, and it is now down to here. So I'm thinking, just looking at that it should definitely be doable to get it done by the end of June. I do spray it on every day, even when I'm not going anywhere, just because I really do like the scent. This was one of their seasonal scents that kind of came out as like a special edition, and then they got rid of it, which was a shame, because this was definitely one of my favorite scents. I actually like it better than their normal scent, which I believe is Paris in Love, but they had come out with several different ones. This is Paris in Bloom, and while I will be sad to have it gone because I do like the smell, I have had this for literal years, and it's just time for it to go. So again, I am currently right here, and we will see if I can get it done in the next 2 months. Now, I do a tally system where I tally each time that I use one of my Project Pan items. So I'm going to go ahead and put the original tally sheet here for those first 4 items. When I completed the items, I put down the total usage. So you'll see in this next picture, when I added in my new items, I went ahead and totaled up the previous ones. That's kind of just for my reference, I guess, that I can look back and see how long it really took me. But here is where we are in April. Now, one of the reasons I am really focusing on using up the shades in this Modern Renaissance palette is because I really don't love this palette. I think I'm probably on the outside with that, but I don't like these kind of yellowish, warm tones. I just don't think that they suit me very well. I am much more of a cool toned kind of gal. So you can see that I do have 4 shades right now that I have pan in. It is my goal to finish those 4 shades up by the end of the year. So spoiler, that might be something that you see in July's Project Pan. But yeah, I really want to just use those shades up so that I can declutter this palette and get it out of my collection and make room for things that I will love a lot more. This was definitely something that I purchased because everyone on YouTube was talking about it, and I really didn't give much thought to whether or not I truly liked those shades. I was going solely on the hype, so lesson learned. So those are my Project Pan items for the month of April. I am going to go ahead and include the hashtag for the Team Project Pan project. Even though I am kind of bending the rules and making them work for me, I do still think that ultimately my items can fit in with that, even if I'm not doing a full face. I just kind of want to get some usage out of these things, get them out of my collection, and move on to new products. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Again, I would love it if you would subscribe and stick around, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye everyone.